guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. In this video, I am sharing with you an extreme toy declutter and organization video. I have been working non-stop to get all of the toys decluttered after Christmas, and I've needed to do this for a really long time. So right now I'm showing you the before of how everything has been set up. And actually in this bin, we typically had diapers, but Addison is now potty trained, so actually it's a useless bin. I'm going to fill it with toys and move the stuff that is currently there. So I'm showing you the before of all of the organizational bins in our main space. And if you don't know and you don't follow along here, we don't have a technical playroom. So this is sort of our main area, and we have this toy organizer filled with toys. And I like it because it's all white, so I don't have to look at primary colored toys all the time. But that does create a challenge in terms of where do I put the bigger things? Because we basically just have the two kids' closets, which are not very big, and the kids have accumulated a ton of trucks and a ton of bigger toys. So I'm always trying to figure out new ways to organize things in a functional way and in a way that I don't have to look at primary colors in our main space, if that makes sense. So Brody's room is really where the majority of the toys are. Addison doesn't have a ton in her room. And as you can see, I'm showing you the before. They're kind of everywhere, which typically I pick this up from day to day, but I haven't recently because I'm going to be filming this video. So under his bed, we've got puzzles, we've got racetracks and cars and train tracks and all kinds of things. I need to put away his Christmas books. And you can see in his closet, he recently pulled down some of his blankets, and in the corner he's got tons of stuffed animals, so things just end up falling everywhere. There's really not been a really great system, and overall there's just way too much stuff in his closet, in Addison's closet, and in our toy bins. 'Cause I believe in us. I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. 'Cause you're the first thing I'm going to do is take all of the toys out of Brody's tent, and I'm going to try to fold it up, which you will see I was not successful at and had to wait for Steven to do later. But Brody and I agreed it would be better to pack this away, and if he decides he wants to play with it, we can pull it out, but that way he has a little bit more space in his room to play. Next, I'm going to pull all of the toys out of Brody's closet so that I can go through things, figure out what I want to pack away or get rid of, and then put things back in a more organized way. So if you are new to my channel, I'm Amanda. Welcome. So happy to have you here watching. I post motherhood and lifestyle content 3 days a week on this channel, and I have so much fun, so I would love to have you hit that red subscribe button and stick around.
You only call me on the weekends when you're out and about, only chasing highs. You need me. He brings me flowers on a Tuesday. He gives me good love and something that I never thought existed. I know what I need, ain't gonna lie. I know what I want, speaking my mind now. A king to be by her side. On my mind's loving's on my mind. He can do me better. He can do me better. On my mind's everything I like. He can do me better. He can do me better than you. Can love me better than you do. Yeah.
So now that all of the toys are out of Brody's closet, I'm going to begin picking things to carry out of his room that we want to put in the attic or in the garage and just sort of pack away. And then I'm also going to go through all of these books. A lot of these are really special books that I'm going to put up a little bit higher so that Addison can't access them because they've got paper pages just in case she would rip them. And some of them are special, like I said, from his great-grandparents, and some are Christmas books that we just don't need out all the time. So I'm going to kind of sort through these, and then I'm going to put these up higher just so, like I said, kids that come over to play or Addison can't access them if I'm not in the room monitoring it.
On my mind's everything I like. He can do me better. He can do me better than you.
This first bin is going to have all of Brody's remote control trucks, cars, tractors, anything like that that he has that has a remote control with it, I'm going to put in this bin.
It's like we're stuck, you won't grow up, and I'm getting tired of waiting. It's like we're stuck, you won't grow up, and I'm getting tired, I'm tired of waiting for you to make your move.
Now I'm going to make a label for this bin with my new label maker that I got for Christmas. I've been so excited to use this, and this was the perfect project to use this for the first time on.
He can do me better. On my mind's everything I like. He can do me better. He can do me better than you. He love me better than you do. Yeah.
Now I'm going to start going through all of Brody's Nerf guns, which he has a lot of. And this is sort of a temporary solution because I think what we're actually going to do is do a big Nerf wall in his room with the pegboards. I don't know if you've seen those on Pinterest, but I think we're going to do a whole setup like that for him. So this is just sort of temporary to get everything all in one place. And obviously having these bins stacked at the back of his closet is not the most accessible, at least for him. So it's going to be one of those things where if he wants a remote control vehicle or if he wants some of his Nerf guns, he's just going to have to ask me to get the bin out for him, which would be totally fine. But it's actually kind of better, I feel like, that he and other kids don't have open access to all of these things with a million pieces, because that way they don't just dump things everywhere. I found with the open bins in our main space, especially with them being too full, that they just end up grabbing the bin, dumping it out, and then you have a million little pieces all over the floor. So I feel like this will be fine for the time being, at least to have everything really organized in its own individual baskets.
No, I don't wanna waste no precious time.
Even though this little Mickey airplane is a little young for Brody, he is 4 and this is like an 18-month-old toy, he and the kids for some reason still love like riding them back and forth around the house. And Addison just got a new Frozen one for Christmas, so I thought I would keep that out for him just for a little bit. And if he ends up not using it, I'll put it away in the garage.
But I don't wanna leave. I wanna get closer.
Brody has always loved books so much, so I just have them all in this basket where he can access them really easy. He loves to read like all throughout the day.
'Cause I don't wanna waste no precious time. So let's go back to my place. If it's only for tonight, let's make it count.
Now I'm just putting some of these larger things back in Brody's closet on the left side there. And the next thing that I needed to open up are these big box of Legos that Brody got for Christmas. And this is his first set of like big boy Legos of a lot of smaller pieces. So for now I'm just going to dump them all in one bin and kind of label it Legos. But what I think I'm actually going to do is get some of those like plastic drawers and have them labeled with the colors, and then have each individual colors in its own drawer, if you will. So this is, again, just sort of a temporary fix. I was at Target the other day and they didn't have those little plastic drawers I was looking for. So this will be fine for now. And now I'm going to put his magnet tiles in a basket as well, and just sort of get it all labeled and in its own separate bins.
If it's only for tonight, let's make it count. I love it, how your touch feels. I love it, how you look at me in my place. No, I don't wanna waste no precious time.
I started adding all of the kids' Duplo Legos into the same bin with the smaller Legos that Brody just got for Christmas, but you'll see I end up changing that in the video and keeping them separate, which I think is better since the Duplo Legos are bigger pieces. That way if Addison wants to play with Legos, I can just get that box down for her and she won't have access to all of the little ones as well.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, brick by brick, now let me
Brody has so many big trucks and they have so many toys, and we have a very limited amount of space, especially for the fact that I don't want my main space of my house lined with large toys. So it really has been a challenge to figure out how to keep toys in the house and functional and just not everywhere. Brody doesn't like to part with things. So it has been a little bit of a struggle, and especially now that he's getting older and he's getting some of these like big boy games and smaller pieces, I definitely just needed a bunch of little bins like this to store things individually and keep it all together. So in general, I'm a super organized person. Like, all of my stuff is super organized, and overall, our toys have been very organized. I am constantly picking up toys at the end of the day and after the morning time when the kids have played, like before naps. I'm always picking up toys, putting things back where they go. So I think that's why it hasn't really felt that out of control, although I've known that we have too much stuff in here. But I also knew this would be a really big project, especially to try to tackle this project while also taking care of my two kids. They are 2 and 4, and when you've got 2 toddlers around, when you're going through a million toys, they're pulling things out and moving things from piles that I've sorted, and it just ends up being a really, really big undertaking. And so I think that's why I haven't been able to do it yet, along with the holidays and just all these different things. But after Christmas and after the kids got a bunch more toys, I was like, I have to do this. I can't take it any longer. And so it is a really good feeling to be getting this done. But I have been organizing for 3 days this week. It was not a quick project. It was a very, very big project. It's funny to look at this 26-minute video and go, wow, this whole thing is condensed down to 26 minutes, and it took me 3 days to do this. Broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters. Stray around like nighttime rumors. We were in too deep in your worn-out sweaters, thinking we'll be young. So I'm gonna pause in Brody's room and show you some things out here. So these are some keepsake cowboy boots that we're not gonna get rid of. I've got a pile of clothes that no longer fit Brody, and then this is all kinds of random crap that was in his room. I've got a pile of blankets and sleeping bags and Easter baskets and a million stuffed animals and some baby toys. Just look at that. All of that was in his room, and I've already put a bunch of things back in there. I've pulled out puzzles that are too young for him. So much stuff. I can't believe that was in there. So now I'm going to start going through all of these baskets in our main space and just kind of getting rid of some of the things I know the kids don't play with, or some kind of junkier toys. And then anything that is too young for the kids, like baby toys, I will also sort out to put away in the attic. Trying to prove it, just like the movies. I was gonna say. So let me know in the comments, are you somebody who loves to organize, or does it totally stress you out? I actually love organizing. I prefer to organize on my own without my 2 toddlers around. They are so cute and they're such good helpers, but I feel like organizing for me is kind of like therapy, and I get in the zone, I get really focused on it, and so when I'm alone doing it, there's no interruptions, and so I kind of like it that way. But there was no way to tackle this project without my sweet babies around, and anyways, it was totally fine, but it was, as I said earlier, just a longer process. So up until this point, the toy organization in our house is something that really only I understand. Brody knows in general where certain toys are if he's looking for them, and Addison too, but I'm the one who set up the toys in the places that they're in. So when I go to pick up toys, I'm really the only one who knows how to put them back in the right spot. So when my husband tries to help, he's not even sure. He's like, maybe I'm putting it in the wrong spot or whatever. So I thought by labeling the bins, it would be better for everybody, because then he would know where things go. I will remember how I set things up, and as Brody learns to read, he will also know where things go. I'm laying down to compile it. Oh no. So now that I've got all of the baby toys sorted, I'm gonna just put all of these in a bin and get this bin labeled so that we can put this in the attic for potentially a future baby, because we do not need all of these out. I just got this basket the other day at Target. You can see I haven't even cut the tag off yet, but it's so big and I love it. And it's going to be perfect to hold some of Brody's larger toys so that I can kind of hide them. I can put a little throw blanket on top and sort of hide the toys in them, but I think this would be a perfect way to have this in your main space just because it looks so pretty and it's an easy way to hide a bunch of toys.
I'm by the byway, waiting for your lead. I don't wanna fall in love like this, but I can't help to fall for you.
Now I'm going to start going through some of the toys that were in Addison's room. You can see this cute little pom-pom basket, and it has just a bunch of little baby shakers and teethers and things that are much too young for her. So as you saw a minute ago, I already packed away a bunch of baby toys, and I'm going to continue doing that. And now this is Addison's closet. So she has some toys in here, some massive stuffed animals, but in general, not too many toys. That grocery bag has some shoes from a friend that they're passing on to Addison that I need to put away. So anyway, I'm gonna go through all these toys and figure out which things we wanna keep in her closet, what things we wanna move or pack away in the attic.
Pulling me out, then I'm right back in. I'm on the sideline where you wanted me. I'm by the byway, waiting for your lead. I don't wanna fall in love like this.
I decided to do a big clear bin full of all of Addison's dress-up stuff. She does have a good amount of dress-up dresses and crowns and accessories and stuff, so I thought I would do this. I ended up having to stack some castles on top of it, you'll see in a minute, so it's not super accessible for her to be like, oh, I want to wear my Ariel dress today. So I'm not sure if it'll stay like this. I may end up just hanging all of these dresses up on that lower rod, but you know, sometimes you try things out, you see how it functions, and then you may end up changing it if it doesn't work.
I'm by the byway, waiting for your lead. I don't wanna fall in love like this, but I can't help to fall for you repeatedly. I got so much to say, never thought it would end this way. I've had so many thoughts spinning in my head. I wanna right my wrongs, never thought they would do such harm. You got so many reasons spinning in your head. That's why you left. Indispensable pain in your chest. Leave us for the best or you would break. That is why you left.
Now I'm just gonna go through and straighten all of Addison's makeup. She just got this Frozen vanity for Christmas, but she already had this other one that's a little bit smaller. So we'll probably end up moving that one out of her room and just keeping the Frozen one in here, but we haven't exactly figured out what we're doing with that smaller one yet.
Can't be too late. Been missing everything that we had. I'll miss you, babe. I miss you, babe. You got so much to say, but you're quiet like.
Now I'm back in Brody's room, and this basket has the most random toys of all time. It is like the ultimate miscellaneous basket of all kinds of random things. So a lot of it I'm going to throw away, a lot of it I'm going to sort. I did my best at throwing these things away, and Brody saw some of it in the trash can and totally freaked out. And some of it is like, most of it of what I threw away was like broken, or they were like Happy Meal toys, and I'm like, look, we can't keep everything, you know. Oh, it like breaks my heart for him, but I am not weird about getting rid of things. In fact, I really like to get rid of things and give things away and throw things away, but Brody kind of melts down, and it totally breaks my heart. So I tried to do it just on the things that were either broken or that I know he won't even miss.
Been missing everything that we had. I miss you, babe. I miss you, babe. Been missing everything that we had. Been missing everything that I miss you, babe. Can't be too late. I miss you, babe. I miss you, babe. I got blood on my hands right now, and I'm stumbling through the dark in the dawn. I have found new ways, but no, I can't be the one that you need.
So now that I've been organizing for a couple days, I'm going to make a list of a few things I need to still pick up from Target. Like I said, I wanted to get those plastic drawers to organize each individual color of Brody's Legos. I need one more under the bed box for Brody's puzzles, and just a few things like that. So I'm going to make a little list so that I don't forget. Oh, also a basket to put his blankets in. You can see they're kind of hanging off the shelf there. So I just want to get like a nice soft basket to put all of those in to keep at the top of his closet so they're not falling everywhere.
I could have stayed the night. I could have gone.
So obviously right now I'm showing you the after of how this is left and how it all turned out. I'm feeling so much better to have this project done. If there is a project like this you've been needing to tackle but you've been putting off, I highly encourage you to just go for it. No matter what, even if your kids are home, just go tackle it. It will make you feel so much better to have it done.
Yeah, you know what I've done in the past.
I realized I forgot a label on this bin, so you will see in a couple minutes I tackled that the following day.
Ways, but no, can I be the one that you need? Then I changed my mind. Maybe we got time to make this right. Can I be the one that you need? Maybe if I change the way I love it, maybe if I try to fix this start, then I could have stayed the night. I could have called you mine.
I'm just going to quickly make a label for the bin that I missed labeling yesterday, and then I'm going to start packing away all of the stuff that's in our entryway that needs to go into the garage and the attic.
To make this right. Can I be the one that you need? Maybe if I change the way I love it, maybe if I try to fix this start, then I could have stayed the night. I could have called you mine. If I change the way
I enjoy doing these kinds of videos for you to hopefully bring you some motivation, help you tackle a project in your home that you've been needing to tackle, or also just give you some ideas of how you could organize the toys in your home.
change the way I love. Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Before you turn away, I just want you to know that I didn't throw your stuff away. Before you make up your mind that I'm nowhere to find, I'm standing right.
As I was going through Brody's closet, I went ahead and pulled out a lot of the clothes that no longer fit him, so I'm just going to pack those away. This video is not about that, so I'm not going to show too much of it, but I did want to show you I'm going to pack away all of the clothes that no longer fit. So now let's go through what is left in our entry. So here we've got Brody's 2 sleeping bags. These were in his closet, but now we're just going to put them in the garage to where we can access them if he wants them or needs them. We've got some baby toys that won't fit in a bin, so I'm not sure how we're going to store those in the attic or what we're going to do, but we're going to keep those in case we have another baby in the future. This bin is Brody's 4- and 5-year-old clothing that no longer fit him. And then we have a bin that has Easter baskets and Halloween baskets. We've got another bin full of stuffed animals that we don't want to get rid of, but we just don't have space for in the kids' closets. And then we have a bin for toy rotation. So this is going to go in our garage, and it's just some of Brody's trucks that he still wants to play with, but that we just don't have space for out. So I'll switch those around here and there. And then we've got 2 big bins full of baby toys. So it's hard to believe that we've been storing all of these inside when we don't have young babies at this point. So we're going to put these up in the attic in case we need them in the future. And these are some puzzles I'm going to add to Brody's under the bed box with the other puzzles after he wakes up tomorrow. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it gave you lots of motivation. If it did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.